The month and year are halfway over, and that means so is the Kinda Funny membership drive. If you love the nearly 20 live shows we do each week, we'd love for you to throw a Kinda Funny membership our way on patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames. Thank you, and we'll see all of you for the happy hour this Friday on YouTube, but only members can call to talk to us.
Today in the nerdy news you need to know about, Black Myth Wukong breaks records on Steam, Backyard Sports is being revived, and Greg Miller is back. PC gaming tried to kill me, but I'm here, stronger than ever. Just like cancer tried to take me out, the PC gamers did. But I, Greg Miller, have returned to save you, ladies and gentlemen, to save you from being bored on the internet or bored when you're driving your little putt-putt UPS trucks, listening to all these things. I'm here in your ears, and I've missed them. That's me licking their ears, Roger. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Lock, Roger Picorni.
I'm scared. There's a lot of energy. I was excited originally when I saw, oh my God, Greg's back. Oh, I'm doing Games Daily.
Sure.
And then I thought, like, really what that means, right? What that means for the show, what that means for my mental health, what that means for just generally how my day's gonna go. And it's a lot of pressure, and it's scary to be near you. The first show, 2 weeks gone. It's a long time.
It's that thing where, every time you give me a microphone, it's a tightrope walk. Are we about to make the best internet clip of all time, or are we all going to be unemployed by the end of the day?
Yeah.
And you that just multiplies. When it's pent up for 2 weeks in a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 2 weeks in a day.
In a day. The day is a lot.
That was the one that tipped it. Yeah. That was I went into, Troll Andy's stream last night.
Yeah, I saw
and he
this.
called out the thing of just like, you ever coming back? It's like 2 weeks in our industry feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's
things
happening.
Things already moved on. Yeah, trends have already
I heard
passed.
Mike got married.
Yeah. Congratulations to him. It's a secret, but now it's out there. Now it's out there. But you've had your break. How are you feeling? Have you been playing things? Do you want to do that right now? Do you want to wait?
I did the Greg Way about today's Greg Way is going to be all about on Patreon or YouTube with your Kinda Funny membership. Is all about Ben's first day of preschool and what that was like in the setup and all that. Tomorrow, Gamescast is, I think, earmarked for Greg Miller's video game summer vacation, where we'll talk about all the stuff there.
You see your tentative headline?
I did. Yeah, Greg Miller's
do we
a
like
PC
it?
gamer. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Because I got lots to say about PC gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's great to have you back. The energy
back.
is back up. It was weird having the last few days of like Tim's gone, Greg's gone, Nick's here. It feels like all the adults are gone.
But Nick is such a substitute teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick is the PE teacher. Like, all right, your math teacher's out today, I'm here.
I think we ordered pizza 3 times when you guys are gone.
And every time we'd be like, should we order a pizza? And he'd be like, I don't know. Like, is that?
Yeah, sure.
We're good with that? It
Sure.
was so good. He was great.
Nick's
He
the
was
best,
great.
guys.
He's
You know what I
incredible.
mean? That's amazing. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
I'm excited. Of course, it's opening night live today.
Woo!
Gamescom's kicking off. We are going to be reacting to opening night live in a mere 56 minutes.
Oh.
So we're going to do a quick Games Daily for you. Get in there. Get in there, get out, and talk about what's happening over there. What's your hype level for opening night live? Because I want you to know, I knew Tim was out today.
Yes.
And I was like, thank God. And I was like, well, opening night live reactions, Tim's gone. Do I need to suit and boot for this? Do I get suited for this? And I was like, you know what? For opening night live, no. It doesn't get the E3/SGF. It doesn't get the Game Awards presentation. I'm excited to hang out and see stuff. Probably order a pizza. But, I'm not expecting my hair to be blown back.
What the fuck was that?
You did something over there. Something over there you did to the desk.
No. I felt like something fell onto the desk. No, my hype level is out of 10. We're at like a 4. Like not.
That's a good way to be.
Yeah, exactly.
See some fun games. See some
I
cool
want to
stuff.
see something. I'm sure something will surprise me. But like, if it's just how long is this? An hour and a half? 2 hours?
Maybe 2 hours. Yeah.
2 hours of ads. I'm be like, yeah, that's about what I expected. So I'm interested to see our reactions. I think we're gonna have some fun stuff, and the Xbox stuff. That's not today.
No,
right?
there's Xbox stuff on this show,
Yeah.
but they're doing stuff tomorrow. I believe on Wednesday. It is. Yeah.
I'm more excited for that. Then.
Okay.
We'll see that.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, let's talk about everything that's happening. Remind you, of course, that this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about live on a variety of platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, get that Kinda Funny membership. With the Kinda Funny membership, you, of course, get good karma for supporting a small business of 11 people, but you also get all of our shows ad-free, the ability to watch the afternoon podcast live as we record them, and, of course, you get the daily multimedia experience known as Greg Way. Of course, it is Patreon Pledge Month, which means you could also be part of happy hours that we'll be doing in front of everyone live. They've been very enjoyable so far. And you've all killed it with the Greg Ways while I was gone.
Oh, thanks.
I enjoyed listening in, seeing what was happening.
Yeah, it's been nice to see the rotation, and Joey put it on herself to look around and be like, okay, Nick hasn't done one, you do one. It's been good. It's been good to see Nick walk up to me 3 times in a day and be like, am I doing a Greg Way today? I'm like, yeah, you are.
3 times in a day.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm still doing the Greg Way. Yeah, you are.
I mean, I haven't seen him in a long time. Of course, for a chance to be part of this show as we go, we need your YouTube super chats. You go to YouTube, you super chat over there. You have a chance to be part of the show. Housekeeping for you. The boys are back in town Friday, August 23rd at 8 p.m. Pacific. Join Nick, Josh Maguca, and Mark Ellis live and in person for a night of comedy at the Lost Church, San Francisco. This is a one-night only event, so grab your seat fast before they sell out. Head over to kindafunny.com/comedy for details and tickets. Of course, like I've already told you, we are an 11-person business, but we're all about live talk shows, which means as soon as Kinda Funny Games Daily ends, we're going right into Gamescom Opening Night live reactions. Of course, they'll be up later on YouTube if you want to catch them there. After that, it's the GamesCast Opening Night live post-show, where we'll break down the biggest announcements. Have we played some of these games? Whoa! We'll find out when you get over there and see what's going on. And then after that, later in the day, Andy and Blessing will be becoming legend in Black Myth Wukong. We know everybody's been waiting to see this game. And thanks to our friends at NVIDIA, we'll show you why this could be one of the best looking titles released in this year of our Lord 2024. It's actually kind of insane how the developers have created such a stunning world. You definitely want to come watch. So yes, with our 40 series GeForce GPUs from NVIDIA, we can show you the advanced full ray-traced graphics in-game, boosted by the AI-powered performance engine of DLSS 3. And since I'm now a World of Warcrafty PC player, I know what all that means.
Yeah. No DLSS there, though.
No.
You maybe the mods?
Don't try to catch me. Don't try to catch me, Raji. You're being naughty. I don't like that. Of course, like I said, Greg Way's on its way up right now. It's taking a while to upload, but it'll be there soon to hear about Ben's first day of preschool. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs and Delaney Twining. Today, we're brought to you by Hymns and Aura Frames, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news! 5 items on the Roper Report.
Vegas does it.
Whoa.
That's a good one, Kevin.
a
Who
good
was
one.
that?
Sorry, it's programmed to mute my mic after it goes, just because that's the normal flow of things.
Yeah.
That was Langley M. Neely.
Oh, the
yeah.
Slender Man himself.
That's great.
Creeping into your dreams.
I mean, we should drop that.
No, he liked it. He says he likes
Did
it.
he?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the opposite of Burt Meg, where Burt just went away. Number 1 on the Roper Report, Black Myth Wukong makes record-breaking debut on Steam. This is Nicole Carpenter at Polygon. Of course, Super Chat. Are you stoked for Black Myth Wukong? Are you already playing it? What do you think of it? I need to know all about it. Hit me up in the Super Chats on YouTube to be part of this here story. But I digress. Just hours after its debut, Black Myth Wukong is already breaking records on Steam. Black Myth Wukong is currently the top played game on Steam with a peak of 2,151,942 concurrent players at the time of writing.
Christ.
That puts developer Game Science's retelling of Journey to the West in the second slot for the highest concurrent player counts ever on Steam, following only PUBG Battlegrounds, which peaked at 3,257,248 in January 2018, back when everybody was sick of me and Andrea talking about PUBG's numbers and how insane they were. Black Myth Wukong has surpassed Elden Ring, Dota 2, Cyberpunk 2077, Counter-Strike 2, and Pow World. I don't know why we're just listing those, because it also passed Avengers. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? All of which hold formidable concurrent player records.
Not Avengers.
Neither here nor there. I mean, it has a record.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
There is a
We're not talking
number.
about Suicide Squad numbers. Black Myth Wukong is also available on PlayStation 5 and Windows PC via the Epic Games Store and Chinese platform WeGame. The record on Steam does not account for players on those platforms. WeGame reportedly has around 80 million players per month, according to an FAQ page for developers. Steam had 132 million monthly active users in 2021. Game Discover Co. founder and analyst Simon Careless. That's an awesome name.
Yeah, that's really solid.
Who are you? I'm Mr. Careless.
The sunglasses on.
I guess Carless.
Nah.
But I would just say Careless.
I did also read his Careless.
Right?
Too. I completely
How
bombed on
often have
that.
you ever heard the last name Carless?
No, not often.
And when you say it like that, actually, it kind of sounds normal. Carless.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think.
Carless isn't cool. Who I'm Mr. Carless. Oh, you don't have a car? Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They throw a soda bottle at
Do you
your
think
head.
that the teachers, like when he would fuck up in school, would be like careless Carless or whatever?
I hope so. I hope he had one
teachers
person.
bullied him. That's what we hope.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Simon estimates that around 5 a.m. Eastern, 88.1% of the concurrent players were based in China, with 3% from the United States, 1.6% from Hong Kong, and 1% from Japan. That breakdown is likely to shift as the United States player base wakes up and logs on. Bloomberg reported Tuesday that Black Myth Wukong, quote, generated a level of buzz the Chinese gaming industry hasn't seen in years, end quote, with the game holding the top spot for trending topics on Chinese social media site Weibo. Of course, yesterday, on the one, the only, the Kind of Funny Gamescast, the gentleman sat down and talked about it. All of them enjoying it, it feels like. Andy wasn't ready to review it. We called it a review so far in terms of giving a score, but it sounded like 8 was in the ballpark for where he was. So great on the Kind of Funny scale.
For sure. No, this is really interesting. I expected big numbers from everything we were hearing in terms of the hype in this industry, the amount of views you see in any preview or review, and just the talk online. I did not expect this. I did not expect this meteoric rise immediately.
Yeah.
Going up to over 2 million is wild to me. Did you expect any of this?
No, not at all. You know, Black Myth obviously had buzz behind it, but it would be that, especially for our audience, our populace, roster of players, it was one of those like, oh yeah, Andy's looking into it. Andy's looking forward to it, but it didn't seem like it was going to be beat down the door, put up these kind of numbers, and really turn everything on its head. Yeah,
no, it's wild to see, especially that breakdown, which I don't know how accurate Simon's numbers are, but like us 88% being in China, like that makes a lot of sense, especially since I don't know. This all took me by surprise. Not like complete surprise, but like the amount that people are playing this game took me by surprise. And I was like, man, like, am I just not in the know with gaming? It's like, oh no, this is definitely China this game is blowing up.
See, what I think is interesting talking about our audience, the fact that Andy's excited for it. I like this super chat from DJ Kento. I was surprised by how much Black Myth Wukong reminded me of God of War more than a Soulsborne. Has me more interested to watch Andy play. I like how it's not even he's going to play it. He's interested to watch Andy play it.
Yeah.
But it is the interesting thing that that's a way better pitch for me, right? I saw it go through. People are, I'm excited to see single player games be able to put up these kind of numbers, yada, yada, yada. Like all of that would make me more interested in it. But that's the thing where this has been one, when you start going down that Soulsborne, you get attention from a lot of people, but then you can also alienate people, I think, with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder, I guess the special sauce is that it's the Journey to the West story, and, it's kind of building off of that, and it looks beautiful, and it's a Souls-likey experience. But yeah, it just kind of seems like this perfect storm of all of these different factors, and it's something that I think people were waiting for, something like this. So, and it's just been also been talked about for so long. This game, this game is in gestation, and it's easy for us to we're always moving on to the next thing. We're always looking at the next game. I think it's hard. It was always the thing where oh, that game's coming out. I don't even know when that's coming out. It's coming out eventually. Maybe it comes out this year. But
and it is one of those. I would say you looked at those trailers and you're like, oh, it's one of those AA games.
Yes.
That'll fill in the gaps between the bigger things.
Or almost didn't look real, because it did look really nice, but it's like, is this actually going to play good, right?
Yeah.
But it's coming out with the reviews and people are like, hey, this game plays really good. Of course, there's a lot of criticisms when it comes to the actual performance of the game on PC, and we don't even know what that looks like on consoles right now at the very least.
I think one of the other interesting things about this, from a more step back and not so much talk about Black Myth, you are talking about the power of China. And I think you hear about that in business a lot, and then you also hear about it depending on what the story is in gaming, but that tangential of people always chasing that, right? Like, obviously, when Blizzard left China and then came back to China and what that's been like, and just in general, that audience loves games, but not necessarily the games we always love. So it seems like there's stuff happening in China we don't know about, or it isn't as big as it was something that's going to be big in the West kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so again, to look at this and be like, when you hear about these video game companies trying to make an impact over there, making some weird mobile version of something or whatever, whoever they're partnering with over there, this is the kind of success they're looking for, right? Where these really are holy shit numbers for a game that you could have been like, oh, it's going to have an audience, sure, but like, you think it's going to be the second most concurrent game on Steam? That's outrageous.
Yeah, and if you can capture the Chinese audience to this degree, it also makes everybody in the world kind of turn their heads and be like, fuck, maybe I should be playing that game, right? Like,
Yeah,
it just
100%.
keeps on growing like that. And I would not expect, I would expect this number. I'm interested to see what Simon's numbers are a week from now, right?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it
yeah.
still that massive, hey, 80% of the entire audience is from China, or is it a little bit more spread out? That's what I'm interested to see.
Joseph Certain in the chat says it's my game of the year so far. So there
Wow.
you go. And
That's wild.
then Logical Air 007 on Twitch says it's not even the weekend, which is another great point of what those numbers are going to look like. Yeah, when you get there.
Are you interested in playing this game at all? I mean, I know you said that some of this piques your interest a little bit, but are you going to actually
I'm
pick it
going
up?
to look into it now.
Yeah.
It is definitely that thing where I kind of wrote it off of like, you say Soulsborne, it's just like, that's not the vibe I'm going for. This is another one where, you know, based on trailers too, it wasn't the story I'm ever looking for as well. But now I need to clearly look into more of it, especially if Andy's having an 8 of a good time with it. It's putting up these kind of numbers, game of the year so far. I think, yeah, you got to go and actually give it a college try kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think after reading and talking to Blessing and Andy about it, the interesting part of it that makes me want to actually go back to it is not the Souls aspect. It's like the abilities that you
Yeah.
have with the main character and being able to kind of rely on those rather than just parrying and going around, because there is no parry, it's just dodging. Yeah, I'm interested in this. I don't know if I actually will play it, but I'm going to look into it as well for sure.
Yeah, I know. I saw OM Jesus in the chat freaking out. Greg, it's not a Soulsborne. We already said that. We've
Yeah.
already said that. But again, I'm talking about what it was as a look before when we're coming up on it. And even the Wikipedia page, right, goes, Black Myth Wukong is an action role-playing game. There was a lot of debate about whether it's a Souls-like during its pre-release, even though Game Science does not consider it a Souls-like. However, reviewers who played the game commented that, even though the game and Souls-like games share a few elements, it does not properly fall under that subgenre. It's played in single-player mode with a third-person camera. It's inspired by the classical Chinese novel Journey to the West. Super chats for you. Joey Radstone writes in and says, Black Myth looks cool, but I'm more into the worlds and vibes of games coming up like Outlaws, Space Marine 2, and Astrobot. And again, that's where I find myself with it, where whenever we saw the trailers and you see the imagery of it, I'm like, visually stunning and great, not what I want to do necessarily. Whereas, you know, coming off of SGF, obviously I had a great time with what I played of Outlaws. I want to see what that's about. Astrobot, I can't fucking wait for. Space Marine 2, I'm okay on. But it is the idea of what's your vibe, what do you want to play,
I
what
always
world do
forget
you want to go
Space Marine
to.
2 is coming out. I mean, I hope that game is really good. But
Rahul Kohli doesn't forget. All right, don't worry about him. KDG says, behind on the Wukong coverage, but I need to know, are there spiders? I don't know. If anybody know if there's spiders in Black Myth
Let us
Wukong,
know.
let me know.
now, do you
Mike
think that's a
Renton.
positive for that person? Or
No, I
negative?
imagine Katie doesn't want spiders. Yeah.
Or they're really into spiders. And they only play games with spiders.
There are, yes, a lot of chat saying, yes, there's a lot of spiders out there. So don't worry about that one. Okay.
It's huge for the spider community.
And then final one is DJ Kento on this one, who says on a super chat, I've noticed Wukong being played a lot on TikTok live streams, way more than any other game before. Going to push it hard, I think. Obviously, that's what we always joke around about, but also mean of like when a video game infiltrates the TikTok algorithm and really dominates that conversation, you can see it obviously taking off around the world.
Interesting. Were they suggesting like the China connection of TikTok and Wukong, or was that?
I didn't take it that
Okay.
way. I took it as just like, hey, it's
just
doing
blowing
huge
up.
over
Gotcha.
there. Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
going on. Yeah.
Interesting.
DJ Kento says, no, I was not. Thank you, DJ Kento, for answering.
Just making sure.
Everybody calm down.
Calm down,
Just
everybody.
All right, we're not going to ruin my first day back. We're going to ruin it later. Number 2 on the Roper Report, Backyard Sports Revival, officially announced by Playground Productions. This is our friend Taylor Lyles at IGN.com. Super chat. Which sport do you want them to bring back first? And we have a trailer. Kevin, I want to see the trailer before I even read it.
Let's watch it.
Because I came in, Mike's flipping out. Blessing's flipping out. They're pitching what they're doing there. I want to see what we actually see here for Backyard Sports, all right? Booting it. Updating the YouTube drivers.
You guys can just see the trailer, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's us in picture, but it don't matter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
No big deal.
Oh.
Jesus says, so I've never played backyard games because I'm 37. What the hell's your problem?
I mean, I've never played it.
Cute. Shit. Hey. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Ha. Oh. Hey. Oh. Is this Kendrick?
This is good. Huge shock.
You got baseballs. You got a kid in a wheelchair. You got a flag for the checker flag for the. You got more baseball. You know, there's audio people. They don't know what's happening.
I know.
He's got a good beat.
You got baseball. You got a kid in a wheelchair.
Hey man, I'm calling like I see it
I
out
love
there.
it. Backyard is back.
Backyard is back. It says, Mike! I'm going to need Mike in here to
Yeah, we
explain
need Mike
this.
over
But
here.
while he gets in here, I'm going to say, sports game fans rejoice. Backyard Sports, the iconic video game series known for making kid-friendly sports games, is back. In a press release, Playground Productions, the company currently holding the rights to Backyard Sports IP, confirmed it was reviving the series, noting that the franchise is slated to return in the coming months. Playground Productions also provided the first teaser trailer of the Backyard Sports, featuring memorable characters like Pablo Sanchez and Stephanie Morgan. Beyond the confirmation of a new Backyard Sports video games, Playground Productions said the series' return will expand its reach to multiple verticals beyond video games, such as film, TV, and merchandise. Playground Productions explained the revival of Backyard Sports will use cutting-edge technology and esteemed character IP to aim to create stories and experiences that will resonate with those who grew up with the series, along with the current generation of youth. Michael Howard, did you grow up with Backyard Sports?
I grew up with Backyard Sports. And Greg, what a lovely day it is because you're back in the office and Pablo Sanchez, the GOAT, has returned to the video game world. What do you want to know? Because I'll tell you everything, Greg.
So
I grew up with this game.
How old are you?
34 years old.
See, fuck that guy in there saying 37. You didn't know what it was.
Someone in the chat was like, they're selling kids games and mainly 40-year-old people are going to buy this game. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. But I'm going to show my kids this game, right? This is how you get into it, right?
Yeah,
This is the excitement of it all. And my questions are the following, right? What sports are we bringing? My
Baseball.
worry is if you bring baseball and it's only baseball, Roger's not going to get into it.
He has a Giants jacket.
Yeah, he bought that. Yeah, he doesn't wear it though. But like, baseball is the OG. Baseball's the GOAT of backyard sports. But my issue is like baseball has fallen off in popularity. The gameplay itself isn't as fun. And so my dream for backyard sports is a complex, a sports mega complex. All of the sports in one game. You get hockey, you get soccer, you get baseball, you get football, you get basketball. We get all the kids. But here's the catch. Are the kids enough, Greg Miller?
Oh.
Because the issue is you can't name me half the kids past Ernie Steele and Pete Wheeler. Right? Can you? No. That's what I thought, Roger. So I think you need some pros here. And so I'm worried that they can't get the pros because it's too much money. So they'll have to get Hall of Famers, just like Big Papi David Ortiz and so forth. So I'm hoping for all that.
Okay. To wrap it up for somebody who doesn't know, what made these games special? I'm sending to assets right now a Let's Play from somebody I just grabbed off the internet.
What made these games special? That's a great question. You know, in the early days, to me, what made them special was the idea of having youth sports as a video game, right? You had Sunny Day on the broadcast, Earl Grey hosting soccer games. And I think what was so fun about it is it felt like when you would go to the baseball diamond and you were playing youth sports where you'd be meeting up with kids from your class or kids that you had never met. And it was more of a point and click sports game on the PC. It wasn't what you were playing with a Madden or a FIFA. So it was all very point and click. And then they made their way to console, which kids might have a different vibe with. But I played the OGs. And I was just the fun idea of creating a season with fun, wacky names. I was the gym rats in basketball, I can remember, and making your own team, customizing, colored. You would play the games, right? And the cool part about it is
Kevin,
they would
jump way in. I want to see what the game looks like.
They would have little power-ups that you could use. So you would have pitching power-ups where you throw the split ball and be going all sideways. Or maybe on basketball, you'd be on fire and you'd be able to shoot everything. So you see back in the day, it was point and click.
Yeah.
It was like that. So it wasn't my wonder is you wouldn't do that in 2024 and beyond. So what does it look like? How does it play? I didn't play many of the console versions when we got into the later years. I bought them, but I never played them. And so I'm excited for this. This is exciting times. This is a great place to be in. Make it a Saturday morning cartoon on Netflix, just like we've seen with other little fun properties. Bring it back, but it's got to be the sports complex. It's got to have it all.
Okay, two things before you get out of here.
Yeah, I
Mike.
wanna hear it all.
First off, and these are clear your mind, all right? Well, one's a question, one's a comment.
Okay.
Onimus Prime Super Chats and says, can this series stay dead and we bring back SSX? Which would you rather have, Backyard Sports or SSX?
Nobody likes snowboarding. We're bringing this back. Fuck SSX, Tricky.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, you didn't think I was going to say that of all people.
Damn. All right,
Yeah.
cool. And then Ryan Miraz super chats and says, this is my first live show I was able to catch, and Mike looks nothing like how I imagined him. LMAO.
Thanks, homie. I'm an overweight 34-year-old, 2 children, dying inside, doing my best in life. Thank you for tuning in.
I don't know if
Love
it's
you.
necessarily negative. I don't know if it's. I don't think it was necessarily you look worse than what he thought you would look like.
2 children.
According to Sarah Bond. I know I didn't play these.
No,
I
me neither.
remember them having a fan base though, so I'm excited they're back. I am fascinated to see what this will be. You imagine it's not going to be point and click. You imagine it would be a pick up and play sports game you play with your friends or AI or play online. Right?
I'm very weirdly pessimistic about this announcement, right? Because it's
Well, they're
coming
doing
from they're doing the thing where it's like, hey,
we're a corporation and
we're
it's
doing.
back.
And I looked into the corporate. If you look at the website or whatever, it just seems like there's no information on like who's actually making this game. It doesn't seem like they've done this before. So I'm very scared that this is what's going to happen. They're going to release a TV show or a movie. It's not going to be the hit that they wanted to, and they kind of had everything riding on that, or maybe the first game, and the game isn't exactly what we're looking for, and then we just kill the entire franchise again. Because I feel like that's always what happens when it comes to like these big conglomerates coming in, buying the IP, thinking that they have something, but they have to really market this towards children, right? I mean, of course, the older demographic like Mike that has played these games when they were kids, they're going to pick it up, play it for a little bit, but they're not going to stick around, real talk, unless you really make something interesting or great for an adult. So you got to have this for a new generation. What does that look like? Is it on mobile? Is it going to be just a PC game? Like, is it going to be on everything? Like, what does that look like to actually target a younger demographic? And I don't know if nostalgia's not going to be able to carry that for a younger demographic. So what do they have other than that? So it's interesting. I think there's some really cool stuff and there's some cool characters and they have a great art style with that intro little video that they put out there. I want them to actually follow up on that and expand on this rather than just focusing on the nostalgia of it all.
Okay, fair enough. I respect that. Yeah, the playgroundproductions.com isn't very very basic at this point. But it's got their CEO, Lindsay Barnett, here. She was a teacher. Chris Waters, he worked over at Nickelodeon, it says.
Oh, that's cool.
We'll see what we got going on. We'll keep our eyes on that. While we keep our eyes on that, why don't you keep your eyes on that Kind of Funny membership? With the Kind of Funny membership, you get each and every episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily and all of the Kind of Funny suite of programming. Ad-free. Of course, you get good karma for supporting 11-person business. You get the ability to watch us record the afternoon podcast live as we record them. You get Gregway each and every day. If you're doing this pledge, drive stuff over on Patreon. You could also be part of the happy hours where you call into a show and everybody hears you ask us questions. You could also get cool physical items each and every month. But I digress. Right now, the membership's important because it gets you the shows ad-free. But since you're not using your membership, here's a word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Hims. Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hims has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. Hims provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments such as chewable hard mints, proven treatments like Viagra and Cialis, or their generics for up to 95% cheaper. No insurance is needed. The process is simple and 100% online. No uncomfortable in-person visits necessary. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/kindafunny. That's HIMS.com/kindafunny for your personalized ED treatment options. HIMS.com/kindafunny. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions, details, and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. This episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. Here's the thing about birthdays, they happen all year, which means there's probably someone you should be buying a gift for right now. Give them something really special with Aura Digital Frames. Aura Frames are easy to set up, update, and enjoy. Plus, Aura Frames can be preloaded with photos and gift messages, so whether you're giving the frame to your sister, grandma, or your mother-in-law, you can make sure that the gift is personalized just for them. Recently, I gave my partner Leanza an Aura digital frame as a gift for our 6th anniversary, and we both adore it. We love being reminded of some of our most special moments, and it always starts some of the best journeys down memory lane. Right now, Aura is having their very first Friends and Family sale, and we've got an exclusive offer just for our listeners. For a limited time, you can get $35 off their best-selling frame by visiting auraframes.com and using promo code KINDAFUNNY. That's AURA frames.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This is the best offer of the season, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm just gonna do it.
Oh shit.
No one's gonna like it. I'm gonna do it. All right. I popped. All right. I came down. I sat down. I was talking to you about Ben in preschool. I looked over there, saw we're doing the Aura frames thing again. I was like, oh, we're doing Aura again. Love my Aura frame. It's on my desk out there. Yeah. I bought my mom one. She gets so excited when I update it. That's it. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna make the ad was there. Maybe you didn't use it. Doesn't matter. It's great.
Do you think I should take mine home? Because I also have mine on a desk and I love looking at it, but like I think I'll enjoy it at home too.
I mean, why don't you just buy another one with whatever the kind of funny code was? Was it kind of funny? I didn't pay attention. It doesn't matter. Number 3 on the rope report: Netflix's Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft gets a new trailer. What? Jennifer Maas over at Variety.
What?
Can we watch the trailer before I read it? Or unless we know?
No,
you don't know.
We got that ready to rock.
Look at this. Here we go.
Shit.
Wait, you want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Lara Croft, their glorious return.
Sometimes I swear you're devilish. We are the same, Miss Croft. We have both had everything taken from us. You think danger is your friend. Run! How much longer can you persevere?
If this is the life you've chosen, don't make the same mistakes he did.
Lara!
Who are you? Grief, death, and destruction.
No!
You are
Failure,
revenge and anger. You are
pain, grief. Who are you?
Oh no! Oh no! Roger, no!
They should have picked either Lara or Croft. You know what I mean? You can't do all of it.
No, I didn't like the graphic design as my passion there at the end. Like, oh no!
L-A-R.
You are. What'd you think of the trailer?
Cool. Yeah. Oh, it's starting again. I talked to Tim about this recently, about just like where we're at with Lara Croft and Tomb Raider and in general, and like potential the reboot and the show. It's just like it never excites me, and I don't know what Tomb Raider is for like the 21st century and like where we're going with it. But this actually seems kind of interesting. I won't watch it, but I liked looking at that trailer.
Yeah, that's how I thought too. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, the animation looks good and that's cool. I know that they exist. Yes. I've been lucky enough to host a lot of Lara Croft Tomb Raider panels when they did the Camilla Luddington trilogy and stuff like that. So I know that there is a Tomb Raider fan base there, but I don't know how large it is and how many people are really rocking for, I want every bit of Tomb Raider Lara Croft I can get.
Yes.
Where it's like, I like the games. When they drop the new game, I'm definitely gonna try it, right? Like I enjoyed the first 2 of the rebooted trilogy, and enjoyed the classic ones back in the day. But looking at this, like, okay, cool. I'm not like I need to know or see whatever this is,
Yeah, and it's almost like the core of Lara Croft Tomb Raider has like split up in multiple ways, right?
Yeah.
You have the OG fans, and then you have the new fans that are like not really necessarily into like some of the stuff in the original game. So it's like, I'm interested to see how they kind of bridge all those gaps, which it seems like they're sort of doing in that, where it seems like it's like the reboot stuff and it's also the OG stuff. I'm interested to see what they do with the game and also with potentially a live action show they're doing with Amazon. Like they're really pushing this as like, hey, this is the future of Tomb Raider. We're doing all this stuff. Like I want it to be kind of all together, right? Like it feels cohesive and we're like, oh, I understand what Lara Croft means now in 2024. Lara.
Get that U out of there. You don't need to put it.
I always say Laura.
It's okay.
Laura.
We're all here to learn.
Laura.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
It's
what we do.
This is
That's
how we
what we
comfort
do.
each
That's
other.
what we do.
You know what I mean? What do
I
we call it? I knew what you were doing.
Roger? Roger?
That's right,
Grover?
We had some fun here. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, this is part of it where it's like, I'm not 100% saying it, but it strikes me a lot like the Mean Girls fetch thing. I'm just like, Stop trying to make Tomb Raider a thing.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a thing? It's going to be a live action show, a Netflix cartoon, and it's still a game series?
Yeah, maybe we got movies in the works again. Like, you know what I mean? We'll just keep on doing this.
And that's the thing,
yeah.
where it's the more you do with it, the more I feel like it gets thin.
Yeah, and Tim brought up a good point of like, we had the original Tomb Raider stuff, and then we have Uncharted, which was copying off of Lara Croft, and then now Lara. And then now, of course, the reboot trilogy kind of copies off of Uncharted. So it's like, what is the core of Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah,
I don't know. I want them to build that. I think they can.
The text I got for you says Lara Croft is back in the new trailer for the series Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft. Haley Atwell takes on the voice of the iconic archaeologist for a new adventure set in the video game franchise's universe. Which video game? Which timeline? Yeah. Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft picks up after the events of the Tomb Raider video game Survivor trilogy. Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and will chart the globe-trotting heroine's next chapter exploring ancient mysteries. Well, now I'm fucking offended. Because I ride or die for Camilla Luddington from Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. Why is she not reprising her role here? Love Haley Atwell. Let's not. Come on now. Captain Carter, come on now. Come on now. Huh. Per the show's official description, quote, following the events of the Survivor series, Lara Croft has abandoned her friends to embark on an increasingly more perilous solo adventure. But she must return home when a dangerous and powerful Chinese artifact is stolen from Croft Manor by a thief with an uncanny personal connection. Her daring pursuit will take her on an adventure around the world and the depths of forgotten tombs, where she will be forced to confront her true self and decide just what kind of hero she wants to become, end quote. As I read it, I was like, man, I could go for another game.
Yeah.
I could go for another, give me another Tomb Raider game. I want to play it. I want to try it. I want to be it.
It's interesting that this is the way that they continue it and they replace the voice actor. And then it doesn't feel like the marketing has been like, hey, this is the sequel to...
I don't think that works in its advantage.
Yeah.
I think if you're trying, hey, we're putting this on Netflix for a brand new audience, you want to be like, also there's...
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like
60 hours of gameplay if you want to go find it.
But at least that gets me somewhat interested. I'm like, oh, okay, I like those games. Fine. I like the story, actually, of some of those games. So it's like, oh, maybe that would have actually interested me more. So it's like, that's just kind of there. Just kind of like this hidden thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens, everybody. Number 4. Final Fantasy 16 director says it's, quote, probably likely that future Final Fantasy games will launch on PC on day one. This is the one, the only Jordan Middler at VGC. Final Fantasy 16 director Hiroshi Takai has said that he thinks it's likely the future entries in the series will release on PC on day one. Speaking to GamesRadar Plus, is that what we say now? Speaking to GamesRadar, but then it's got a plus now. Why has it got a plus now? Is that a podcast? Is that a...
Or maybe that's like their like Patreon version type thing. I don't know. That's just assuming. I might see plus. I just think premium.
The director spoke to the decision to bring the game to PC over a year after the release on PlayStation 5. Asked about the potential future for games in the Final Fantasy series to launch at the same time across multiple platforms, Takai said, quote, I think it's possible, probably even likely. That said, the team in charge of each project gets to decide its own policy, so this is just my personal opinion. Naturally, we wanted to get the PC version into players' hands as quickly as we possibly could. We don't get anything out of delaying its release either. That said, I don't think there's much more we could have done to speed up the porting process. Looking at the results, I think the time we've put into optimizing the game for PC was time well spent.
It's likely... But then also, we did everything we could to make it as fast as possible. So
no, you're great. I love you. That wasn't a no to you. Kevin's brought up.
No way.
GamesRadar Plus (parentheses formerly GamesRadar). GamesRadar added a plus to their fucking name.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like Disney Plus.
Games. Right? Do I have to put in the .com?
GamesRadar.com still takes you to GamesRadar Plus.
But so this has got a little plus that.
Yeah. It's cool.
We should do a Kind of Funny plus.
No, we should do a minus.
Oh, shit.
And just like, this is kind of funny, but no blessing. Or, pick someone.
Hold on.
Now this is the news story.
This is the news story. Do we have more to say? Yeah.
Nah, I mean...
Guess what, everybody? Money. We need to make money. These things cost money.
Yeah.
Where they going to fucking be, all right?
Yeah.
Whenever Nick isn't on.
Oh, now there's got to be, there must have been, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
This is so new.
Oh my God, there's no way! This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. This is a press release from 2014.
No. They've been...
So,
Plus?
GamesRadar changed their name to GamesRadar Plus a decade ago. And Jordan Middler just broke the news. Jordan Middler, like when he writes Infamous, is doing like lowercase I, lowercase n. Famous. He's like giving into the PR bullshit.
He calls it X.
November 21st, 2014, the PR Newswire release reads, Future US, the international media group and leading digital business, today launches GamesRadar Plus, the most significant development ever in its global GamesRadar.com brand. GamesRadar Plus signifies the broadening of a popular gaming site as it launches 3 significant new channels.
Oh.
Movies, TV, and cool stuff. It shows the start of an ambitious process to develop GamesRadar Plus into one of the leading games and entertainment sites in the world. The development of these new channels echoes the progression of how traditional gaming consoles, such as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, have become home entertainment devices. The new movie channel will be powered by Future's leading entertainment site Total Film, with SFX powering the TV channel, whilst the Cool Stuff channel will be a place for editors and readers alike to share relevant content from across the internet with like-minded people in the GamesRadar Plus community. Wow. GamesRadar Plus will now be a one-stop destination for audiences who love games, movies, and TV. Additionally, GamesRadar Plus will enable...
Kind of Funny Games Plus. It makes sense.
Sophia was still editor-in-chief then. I don't know if she is now. I worked with her at IGN way back in the day. When I go to GamesRadar... Hold on, everybody. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. All right, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Who's Greg gonna call?
Does Cool Stuff still exist a decade later? For the record, before we go any further with this,
oh, shit.
I am not throwing stones at GamesRadar and a rebrand and trying new things and it doesn't work. I want to make sure we're being very clear here.
Yes.
I talk about it all the time, the space we work in and whatever, but I just got to know more about this because I never fucking heard about this. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm getting hung up as if I'm still in my own dimension. As we all remember, I jumped dimensions a few months ago. I'm not from this dimension. So in my dimension, there was no GamesRadar Plus. So now when I go to GamesRadar Plus, it's games, platforms, entertainment, and then there's just more. So it doesn't look like the Cool Stuff tab exists here. And again, I'm not making fun of that. I want to make sure. Who owns them? Is it still the same people? Does Future still...
We got a great chat right here. Karate in chat says, "Isn't Opening Night Live happening soon?" Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more important.
17 minutes.
This is more important. This is more important.
17 minutes.
You gotta like set up and stuff before that, though.
You said you want it out at 10. You want it out in 7 minutes, and this is great content. All right. Here's what I want you to know. All right. If you were watching CNN, if you were watching Jeff Grubb jacks it off or whatever he does when he does his content, all right? You think any of them would stop their story full stop when they saw GamesRadar Plus? When they saw Jordan Middler for some reason call GamesRadar Plus? You think they would stop it dead in their tracks to give you this information? That's the dedication we have, the Kind of Funny, and what I like to call the truth. Okay? A lot of these people at your GameSpots, Lucy James, your IGNs, Stella Chung, they'll read the news to you like a parrot. Reading the Chinese food menu, all right? I'm going to get into it with you, all right, everybody? We just got on Greg's Magic School Bus, all right? And we went inside the urethra. That's what we did today, all right? Nick knows what I'm talking about. Nick knows what I'm talking about. Nick knows!
Hey, Roger, did you know that school buses have urethras?
No, Magic School Bus. We went in the urethra.
Oh,
they used to go in bodies and shit. It was like fucking Martin Short and Dennis
Interspace.
Yeah.
I understand.
Meg Ryan, that was where I was going.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I thought you were gonna go like a Willy Wonka.
Do you know a decade ago, GamesRadar wanted us to call him GamesRadar Plus, and Jordan Middler was like, "All right, boss." Fucking people.
Isn't that wild? Times have changed.
You didn't know any of those
We're
words.
back, baby! I'll tell you, nobody got this kind of humor at the Tim Hortons in Canada I was at. Roger, I'm seeing all this big news like GamesRadar Plus. If I wanted smaller news, say the tiniest news I needed to know about, where would I go?
You go to our last story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about. I thought you were doing the Tim Hortons thing, going into the... I don't know what was happening. What was happening? Not a big donut or something?
It's number 5 on the Roper Report. We News. From The Verge, NVIDIA will soon let you link... What if this was from GamesRadar Plus? What if it was GamesRadar Plus? From The Verge, NVIDIA will soon let you link an Xbox account to its GeForce Now streaming service to enable automatic sign-in for supported games. Starting on August 22nd, the new account linking feature will mean you only need to sign in and link an Xbox profile once so that it's stored for all future GeForce Now sessions. Huge. From VGC, a new miniature console based on the Atari 7800 has been announced. The Atari 7800 Plus, I'm not making it up, is billed as a scaled down and faithful recreation of the console that first released in 1986. The Atari 7800 Plus will launch worldwide November 29, 2024, and is now available for pre-order for $129.99. Bully launches on GTA Plus today. Man, this dimension really into pluses. Rockstar has confirmed a new version of the game is not on the way.
What?
Nintendo has announced that the Nintendo Museum will open on October 2nd. We have some Game Pass additions for you. Atlas Fallen comes to Cloud Console and PC August 22nd. Core Keeper comes to Cloud Console PC August 27th. Star Trucker comes to Cloud Console and PC September 3rd. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has been delayed to the first half of 2025. Train Sim World 5 launches September 17th on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, PS5, and PC. Dead Cells has received its final update today. Motion Twin tweeted, "The time has come, the end is near. Update 35 is now live on PC and consoles. Load it up and dive in for one more run. New weapons, new curses, more dying on repeat. Kudos to Studio_Evil, and thanks for all you do."
I gotta hop back in. I love Dead Cells.
Did you love Dead Cells?
Oh, I love Dead Cells.
Nick loved Dead Cells. I remember.
Really?
Yeah, he was
That's
big
a
on
wild
it.
one.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. We should do a Dead Cells stream one day. That'll be fun.
Dead Cells. Papa Roach, remember?
No?
You missed out by having good taste in music. You know what I mean?
Is it the one? This is one of the ones where you said, I was like, I don't think it's a real band.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But they were a real band, everybody.
And a
from
brand?
Vacaville, California.
Whoa.
Not far. A lot of good outlet malls up there.
Oh.
Went up there and looked at baby furniture a long time ago.
How was that?
It was good. We listened to Papa Roach the whole time.
Oh, that's nice.
Broken home. You should listen to Papa Roach tonight.
Okay.
Leanne's will hate it.
Yeah.
You probably will too, but...
I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it
All
tonight.
right, good. Okay, good.
Barry recommends it.
Does he? Oh, did he pop up in there?
Yeah, there
Oh,
it is.
no.
Recommends it right there.
But how about that new Blink album, though? New songs, though, again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a deluxe of their album that came out last year. 10 new songs. I'm excited. Or 8 new songs, technically.
That's pretty much an album, though.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We asked... That's the end of We News. Thank you. We asked people watching live, of course, to go to youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Give us a super chat to be part of the show. DJ Kenta super chatted a long time ago and said, "Greg is back. Let the insanity commence." I think I've been pretty dialed in so far. Snug said, "Chug a Coke, boys." I don't need it, obviously. We don't need to go that far. Bryce Mills super chatted, said, "Greg Miller, I only listen to audio podcasts, and I have finally caught a stream, so I can tell you something. You should play Final Fantasy 14. You'd like it." I started up WoW.
Yeah.
Obviously, DC, I've played. I dabble. People have told me for a long time about Final Fantasy 14. I forget what community podcast I was on. It's Gino's. But I was on it, and I downloaded it during it, and then got to character creation, and then I forget what happened. I stopped, and then, of course, 20,000 reviews happened, and then 8 years ago, and yada, yada, yada. But maybe. No, probably not. I feel like it's gone. I don't think that'll ever happen. But it's just not, I think
it's a good game.
We're back to vibes where it's just like, that's not a world I want to be in. Again, like New World. I want to do New World when that drops here.
World of Warcraft. I'm interested to hear it.
You'll hear about it tomorrow on the Gamescast. Don't you fret about it, all right? You'll be getting it. KDG says, "Roger, I'm so far from being really into spiders." Ryan Pavala Higgins subscribed on YouTube and said, "Hey, everyone. First time I've caught a show live in a while. Hope life is treating you all well." I hope it is for you too, Ryan. Aron Erdley said, "Two beautiful men right here. Love you, KFGD." That thing again. Yeah. Mr. Cap 33 said, "Would Steam gamers fawn over an Israel-developed game with influencer restrictions? China continues to occupy Tibet, persecute Falun Gong, and something I can't pronounce because Yurgas, you know this one? And suppress speech.
Uyghurs.
Uyghurs, thank you very much. Short memory, selective outrage. I mean, you, don't get me wrong, have brought up a number of real issues there that are going on. This was just talking about the Steam numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not briefed on a majority of these things that were going on because guess what? I hate this. People, bad. People bad all the time. Just everybody you do. But I hear you. I understand being upset about this and whatever.
Totally get it.
And then says Fire says he truly is back because I truly am.
This is a good episode.
It's been a great episode. We had a lot of fun here. Of course, you can correct us if we got anything wrong. Kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. We're at kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Nothing's there. That's going on. That means it's time, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, to get ready for opening night live. We're going to end here, start up on a different stream. If you're on YouTube, click over. If you're on Twitch there, and we're going to react to opening night live alongside you. I hope you come watch it. If you're listening later and you don't want to watch it with us later on, because it'll be up on YouTube, no big deal. Get the Gamescast where it'll be the breakdown of everything that we saw and happened and what we thought of it, okay? Great. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.